You better be careful what you say now.
Yeah. Move us to the screen here.
Change it. We just started, man.
Yeah, you better be careful when you watch this. You better be careful, yeah? What's up, boys? How we doing?
All good, brother. How we
Bro.
good to be here tonight, man.
Yeah. Praise the Lord.
Sorry, boys. I had to fix my glow bug, so I'm putting my hand up. Sorry that we're late tonight. My glow bug effed up, so that's on me, boys, and everyone watching. Sorry about that.
Oh man, thanks for taking one for the team, bro. Yeah, I think we're all on glow bugs, but at some point during these podcasts, you'll find one of us struggling, eh?
I don't think.
But nah, man. What was that, bro?
I don't think we get viewers to watch and listen to our content. I think they're here to count how many times one of us goes out because of our glow bug issue.
Fuck, man, they must be burst off. But a good weekend of sport, don't you reckon, guys? I think, yeah, throughout. I think it was, especially with the international rugby played throughout the weekend and some. I want to say upsets, but good wins.
Yeah, close games too, eh?
Very close, bro. Let's start off with NRL, man. Let's get into that. No ECMs because usually our talks are past the hour mark, so we'll just keep it on there under an hour.
We'll share our ECMs on Instagram and stuff, eh?
Hard. I guess with this weekend, if anyone wants to bring up, I think you're muted too. Unmute.
There we go, brother. Oh, and you're back.
Someone's playing around. You're mute.
Are you good now? Can you hear us?
Hey, yo, Mojo.
Hey.
I can hear you.
I mean, we couldn't hear you.
We just can't hear you, bro. It was just quiet as on your end.
Could somebody muted me?
Nah, sorry. Put my hand up. I think we were all unmuting at the same time, so they keep muting it. My bad.
Yeah, just the way that our glow bug works there. Yeah, so what are we up to? Are we just
NRL
results?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Shit,
so that first game was before. Mana's going to bring it up, but that was the Seagulls versus the Storm. Final. There we go. Final score was 36-30. How'd you guys go with that, bro?
Bro, that was the game.
that was the game, right? Like everyone.
Yeah.
I think last week we all tipped the Storms to put a number on the.
I was like, what the heck? And Manly almost lost that for themselves too.
Yeah.
They score all their points, and then we just sleep second half.
Especially that last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Olakau'atu's a beast, bro. I think he's coming into his own. We all knew he had that beast mentality. But fuck, bro, just to see it like against a
quality side,
veteran squad, but minus Munster. Shit, bro, he's a beast, man.
Nah, you're right. I like that, and yeah, you're right. He's been getting better like every game. Remember that that game they played against the Warriors, and that guy just bumped off, like fended off, like I can't remember who it was, but he was just like they were like kids to him, bro. And he's only been getting better every game, bro. And even like the likes of Gola, Gola was mean.
Gola.
Oh, bro, Cherry Evans had something to prove, eh? So he was okay. Like he was playing well, but I think he had something to prove from Origin. Seeing if he could back up, put on a strong performance for his NRL or his team. See that ball he gave to what's the name? You just said it, the young fella.
Gola.
Yeah, fuck, that was a good ball going over.
Yeah. If the game was 85 minutes and they played 5 minutes longer, Storm definitely would have come. Manly, Storm definitely would have. Oh wait, did they beat? They didn't beat. Nah, Storm definitely would have beat them. Eh?
Yeah, they were coming back, bro. They were
Yeah,
coming
30,
back.
36. That's right. Yeah. But nah, that was
Next,
a Thursday night game. Yeah.
yeah, the game was it was good to start off. We all tipped Storm, but Seagulls showed up. Next game, Knights, Titans. I think there's not much to say about this game. Your thoughts and only your thoughts, Arnim.
Man, that's all it is now. Just thoughts. My thoughts of leaving the bottom of the table was,
Bro, and I tipped the
thought
bloody
that,
Titans too.
Did you tip the Titans?
Yeah, bro.
Jeez.
I had the shittiest round ever, man. I think it was 3 and something.
Oh man,
Fucking
I think
hell.
everyone had a bad round, man. I think top score was like 5 or 6 or something, which is decent.
I don't know.
Are you guys
the
gonna?
coach, is it?
You guys sacking your coach or keeping him for another week? I'm hearing
I
talks,
know.
right?
Yeah. I think they will, because that's probably it's probably going to be a record in the NRL. The most coaches sacked in one season.
Fuck, and you know the sad thing about it is that it's teams that are being not struggling but haven't kind of pushed to top 8 in the last maybe few years. So they've been hanging around down there, down in that bottom part of the table, and it's hard to I think all the supporters and I think the board have been waiting for so long, and if you're not going to deliver, bro, on the chopping block.
Go away.
And I think with the Dragons, we haven't gone through their score yet, man.
But you guys, Dragons, they're like, you guys are not like when we just like with you guys aren't you guys aren't at the bottom, like the bottom 4. You guys are always drifting between like 9 and 12.
Yeah,
like
just out of that, eh? Just out of it.
Yeah.
Like we
out
either, yeah.
like shit, but not in that shit zone. Like, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
I think
you're always in that.
Yeah. I get you. I think it's because we've got some wins. Like we've started off. If we would have started, I guess on the back end, and like say put in all these, these losses at the beginning, and then moved up in the latter half, we would have been on their chopping block too. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
But you guys made an average side look great with that scoreline, bro.
Yeah, no, you're right, bro. That was with no Ponga as well, eh?
Yeah.
That's shocking.
And just to touch on Milford kind of coming right, getting a shot at NRL, and the man is like taking his opportunities. He played really well with the Tor Samoa team, and he's coming right within the NRL. We all know he's a quality player. I think his personal life has maybe affected his chances of competing a bit more. But hey, we see him, and he's got a chance. Hopefully, he comes right.
We seem to forget, like just a couple of years ago, he was like coming off the bench for Queensland, man. So well, I think it must have been one or 2 games, but even then, with everything that's happened in him, like on his road to redemption and stuff, he wasn't like. I think it was good to play that Samoa game. It would have been a good confidence booster, especially getting a lot of time for the Knights, or getting more time for the Knights.
And it goes to show he's no average player, to play against. He's there for a reason. So good to see Milford playing well, and
The MILF.
and Lee on the wing getting 5
Oh,
tries.
how good, bro.
Yeah. See, you made this average winger really. Nah, no. Actually, yeah, you can go. You can say that about him with the getting Origin call up in the last few years. You know,
Yeah, 2020
getting
Yeah.
series.
yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, let's move on from that because
Yep.
there's more games.
Yeah.
Rabbitohs
Yeah,
Eels.
maybe.
Ooh, I tipped the Eels, knowing that Mitch Latrell's coming back. 30-12 that game. Rabbitohs obviously
Shellac.
clinical performance with the big man back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was yeah.
It's pretty.
Hot and
Was
cold,
ugly
bro.
conditions too, eh?
Mm.
Oh, bro,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like most of those games, all wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic footy. You know, that's what.
Yeah.
Well, if you're in New Zealand,
Park
bro,
footy.
that's normal here.
Park footy.
Yeah, turning up and it's pissing down and you don't want to play.
That TC number 1 field, eh? Ratchet,
Oh,
man.
bro. You're sprinting, bro, really in one spot.
I'm skating.
Yeah, Latrell back. Good to see him playing. Good touches of the ball. I think, although talks of him before the game saying, "Oh, he's the skinniest he's ever been. He's lost so much weight." He got a few touches on the ball, but still, contact and everything. Physicality
strong,
maybe
yeah.
there. Just I think it's gonna take him time, and he did say
Yeah, I know.
in the talks around Origin, because that was the biggest talk, whether they're going to have him for the New South Wales, but he didn't put his hand up and is focusing on
Yeah.
club duties.
Right
Good on him, man.
boys. Right call.
Yep. Definitely, man. He's just come back. Yeah, he just come back,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he needs
Pressure,
to.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The pressure from jumping into that third game before these pressure on them saying that you have to win basically, yeah. With them withdrawing, it shows the type of player he is, like unselfish. He's not looking for glory, rather focus on himself. So good on him.
It's always catch-22, eh? So if he jumps on and they win, New South win, they give him the glory and like what a masterstroke, and if they lose, why'd you bring him back for?
It's always that, eh?
Especially with Latrell, like, he's always like targeted by the media, like in terms of like form and just stuff he gets off the
pressure,
field with. Yeah, bro.
The pressure that they put on a young fella like that, he's showing that how great he is, and how he always tippy toes that the line of going overboard and being real physical, and he's always touching that line, and he, like last year, put himself out of the, I guess, the final. Was the finals?
Out of the grand final.
Yeah. For some would say, oh, good shot on money, but then the other half of the world is like, dog, putting all these names to, but we're never gonna see a guy like that again if that sort of behavior happens in the background of putting pressure on them. I hope he stays the same, because although I don't like the guy, he puts fear into some of these players, because I tell you what, if he played for New South, bro, I'd say fuck, they've got one hand on the trophy with that dude there, eh? But no,
we're glad he's not. We're glad he's not playing.
Yeah, because this is how the caliber of player he is, eh? Like an English sort of thing, stature sort of thing.
Yeah, you don't want to come up against him if you're a bloody Gagai or who's on the other edge, Hinter, Gagai or Holmes. You have to have everyone around you defending that dude, not only yourself. Otherwise you have to just line speed. You have to get under him straight away. Otherwise, he builds up, mate.
Brings me back those days when we freaking had what's the name from the Dragons marking English.
It didn't matter. They both get bumped off by him.
That's the same stature, eh?
Yeah, and he's only going to get better.
Yeah.
But no, that's it was a good game. Rabbitohs putting 30 on the Eels. And this is the next game is probably the talking point of us tonight, especially us Kiwis, who are not Warriors fans. So that game was played here. Warriors v the Tigers, 22-2. Oh, that scared me. 22-2. Yeah. Where do we start, boys? Where do we start? We're going off the game or the kind of chatter around the NRL? Let's go off the game. We can talk about the other stuff.
Yeah.
That game was boring, bro. The first 15, 20 minutes, like no one had scored.
Yeah, it's Tigers and Warriors, right? Well, what did we expect? I thought it was going to be a lot closer, like a 12-16 sort of scoreline to the Warriors. Just because it's two teams, eh? You know. But yeah, it's good to see the supporters in the stand. You know, I think that was the main
packed out crowd.
MVP.
When you
is
say
the
loyal,
supporters.
man. When you say loyal, we got a loyal fan within our chat group. Shout out to PD taking his kids to see his favorite team.
Day one.
Day one, bro. Got those tickets. Got those ticks.
I think he said they were in the same seats. He was sitting in as a kid when he went to watch them against the Broncos for their first ever game. Man. That's how.
Shout out to PD, bro. Day one.
But bro, like a lot of stories that I saw, like Instagram, Facebook, and stuff, even TikToks, bro. I couldn't help but noticing that a lot of fans like it was that kind of almost like a spiritual, like a supernatural experience where I saw a lot of a lot of people with tears, like, with cloudy eyes and stuff, and I think that shows how much it means to the to those day one fans to have their team back, have their voice back. And I said that first 20 minutes was boring and stuff, but I guess when you haven't been at home in a while, you got to sort of get used to your way around there again. And then, like, at the end they got away with it, which is the main thing, man. But I think that crowd carried them home, bro. Like,
yeah. I think to put a performance like that, which is not the greatest on Tigers, but I guess the scoreline kind of says they done well, but performance-wise, it was a bit sketchy. But hey, they got the dub, and that's what I think the fans were waiting for. It's been a long time.
Do you guys think like they opened the score? They opened the they score the they opened their bank account in terms of points by way of penalty, and that penalty came off a hit on Curran from Joe Hingawe. I thought that was a clean hit, man. Someone got Curran under his leg, like someone got his feet, and then Joe just did a nice, like, oh, did you see that jump I did? Oh,
yeah.
Just put a nice hit on, bro. And I don't know. I didn't think that was like. If you guys watched the game, I didn't think that was a penalty. I thought that was a nice clean hit, but yeah. If you guys saw that was...
there's so much you can take into that, because if the refs like listening to that crowd, and some have said that when you're playing at Mount Smart, is like it's so enclosed that like you feel like the crowd is right next to you, yelling at you, like face to face. So if you think about it that way, even when he
penalized them, like even when he penalized the ref penalized them, I was waiting for an explanation, and it was like, oh yeah, it's high, short, just like, hey. Yeah, it's that crowd swaying you, man.
Was that good, guys? Was it good?
But that's how. It was good.
So
good to see the Waz at home.
So 22-2, and also a bit of chatter around the, I guess in the background with Walsh.
Wow.
Welsh also added to the talk as well is Tamari Martin and also Chance Nicole
Chance
Klokstad.
Little Clockstad.
I think they from what I've heard from, I think that's been reported from the Warriors. They've given him a chance to explore opportunities back in Brisbane, in Breezy.
I think the Warriors have they said you can go to any club in Queensland except for the Dolphins.
Oh shit, true.
Yeah. That's what I've read. And I don't know if that's relationship turned sour because of certain people who are at the club now. No names,
Fucking hell.
O'Sullivan. The dad
Oh
O'Sullivan.
shit, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was working with the Warriors. Yep.
Mm. So I
Wow.
think it was either Cowboys, Titans, or Gronks, but obviously it would have been out of the three in and around Brisbane, Gold Coast, Redcliffe. Yeah.
Shit. But hey, look, I think that chatter, and I think it's been going on for quite a while about people, backflipping on contracts. But in regards to Walsh, from what has been said, he's got a young family. He's staying back because of it. He's only what 19, 19, a young family. And if you read off the lines, off whatever's been said online, he's just staying back because of it. But I kind of want to throw a spanner in the works, boys.
You got Walsh there with you?
Hey, you go, come in. Actually, jokes. I just want to put something to you fellas. Walsh making, he brought up in Brisbane through the Brisbane grade. Wasn't given a crack from the Broncos. Then he gets an offer from the Warriors. Full-time contract and a possibility of making making the Warriors top, or making the Warriors team starting team. Now he agreed to whatever terms he has. I don't know the specifics about it, but he's agreed to staying on board. Fast forward a few years later, COVID hit. Now we've posted up, he's making the move to New Zealand. Now because he's got a small family. Does that prove that he should stay back because of his family, or because there's so many other players backflipping on their contract? It's like it's nothing out there now. It's not even a contract. If you have like this, I guess, personal decision or that outweighs everything else, and you have that excuse now that your team's playing shit. Oh no, I want to stay back and get a chance of making a top 8. What's your guys' thoughts on contracts and players making these sort of decisions? Because at the beginning you made a decision as an adult to yeah. I might be overthinking this, but yeah.
What do you think, Vince?
There's a lot of even before I talk about like those decision making and stuff, like just in my doing my studies to become like all that stuff, background, like work and stuff I was doing, social work, whatever. You learn about like the development of a human, in terms of like males and stuff, specifically males. The brain doesn't fully develop until like around 23 to 25, and that includes like your ability to make sound decisions. So where I'm going with this is, I don't think Walsh was making a sound decision when he chose the Waz. No. Like essentially what I'm saying is he's only 19, man. He's still a kid. And I was saying in a chat group with some of the boys that he's 19. He's playing first grade. He was on the cusp of making the Queensland run-on squad last year. He is in the Queensland training squad this year. He's really playing. playing first grade, whatever. And that's a lot of pressure for a young kid. If it was someone else, I don't know, someone like Matt Lodge or even a Nathan Brown, then I guess I'd have those questions. But because he's young in that, like when I first read it, I was like, oh, bro, not another one. Like, not another one doing a backflip on his contract.
Yeah.
But then, whether or not he's with his, with the mother of his child, I don't know. But it might have been might have been more than just it might not have been as easy as come live with me, because we don't know what that relationship status is. Heaps of stuff to factor.
From my point of view, there's a couple, like maybe three sides you can look at it. Like one of as a professional player as himself, he knows what he was getting into. He made that call a couple of months ago, said he's going to commit to the Waz. And then family happens, and that's something that's out of both the player and club's control. They can't control your relationship or your family matters, and you have to do what's right. Being him a young player, these freaking 10, maybe 12 plus years of him in the NRL, if he keeps it right, and if he stays, or if he comes to Waz before that off-field, just imagine that could be 2 years, 3 years, and that's the end of him. Another point of view is like you look at like Nathan Brown, the coach. He said he was going to commit, full time, and all that stuff, but all of a sudden, he's not committing to the move back. So that's a bit different, I don't know if it was family stuff or not. And then the
whether he was on the out already.
And then the third point of view is how we spoke about it in the chat, to have a look at the NBA stuff, and as a player, they still think it's only it's business. You go where the money is, where the clubs want you or not. All those. That's when everything comes into factor, with business side of things, and a good what do you call it? Person to look at is Benji Marshall. He's been shafted around, and like you said, the club that he started with, the Tigers, shafted him. The things like that. But comparing
the
to
first
Welsh,
time around.
First time around. This guy got in the club, and if you think about it that way, Benji says it's business as well. When you think that you're so committed to a club, you give all your time, and then they freaking trade you or something, or let you go. If you think about it like that, then that's. I think Walsh is he's all right. He's young, like you said, he's young. If this destroys his career, let it happen on his own terms.
True.
Don't let it get controlled by the business.
Yeah, true. Definitely can look at it like that, because I think another point where you can look at it is NRL doing anything to kind of stop that sort of stuff happening for like the contract sort of stuff. Doesn't matter if you're 15 getting signed or 30 something getting signed. There's a business, but then like you said, once they make that clear to you as a club or as a business that they don't want to be there, you're not going to get the 100% that you wanted when you signed them, right? Or signed them. So you can look at it both ways, but I think just going back on Walsh, still young, and the chat one of the boys had with Brands through messaging. We're all at 19 years old. What were we doing, boys? Heading the club.
Eating my lossy, brother.
And those decisions then weren't, I guess the make or break or for us, eh?
Yeah, bro. Our biggest decisions that we had to make was, like, what are we gonna drink tonight, or like,
Andes or no Andes? Oh,
what shirt
no,
from
that's
JJ's
something
in
else.
Madonna Rock?
Yeah.
What clubs you at tonight on Tuesday,
Yeah.
Thursday
Yeah.
night for training?
We're gonna
Do we
go Fins
do we
on Friday.
do we have door charges? We had that sorted for us.
Cover charge, yeah.
Yes, let us know, guys. What you guys' thoughts on this whole? I wouldn't say debacle. It's just I guess off-field issues, and maybe these changes for the Warriors. Are they going to be the best? Having Chan's back, and that's another way you can look at it too. Chan's got the let go a few years back to make the change to Raiders, and now he's coming back home
Yes,
to. I'm not saying it's my home, but to the
New
Warriors.
Zealand,
So,
yeah.
There's also
and what was that?
no. I was also just catching up with one of my old workmates who lives in Australia now, and there's been a lot of talks where even looking at a potential Panthers assistant coach taking the the head coaching role for the Warriors next year, and that's Andrew Webster, who not Cam Serraldo, so it's the other assistant coach. The thing with
Is he
Andrew
the
Webster,
assistant coach for the
Panthers,
assistant coach?
he's the assistant coach.
Did
So the
he,
thing with
did he
him
tune
is
it?
he's
Serraldo turned it down. Yeah, I didn't think he was going anywhere. Yeah.
yeah.
Just
Warriors. He
not
was actually
experienced enough,
Warriors. He was actually the Warriors' assistant coach when McFadden was the head coach there. Yeah. So it's he's got a connection there, and I don't know if he takes it. That leaves
And McFadden's at assistant at Raiders, eh?
Raiders. I think. Yeah, is he still there?
Yeah, Raiders, yeah.
Yeah, been seeing him in the box.
That's his old club. I think he played Raiders and Storm as well. I think. I know for sure Raiders, but yeah. So if Andrew Webster does end up at the Warriors, it'll be interesting. That also leaves opening role for the Panthers assistant coach, and I don't know. Maybe we'll see Moss's favorite coach Baz back at the Panthers. Oh, speaking of Moss,
My man.
if you guys aren't aware, we've got Moss missing tonight. I think this is his first one he's missed.
Yeah.
And
He's got his hand up
He's
at
sick,
the moment from home.
He's got his hand up, wiping his nose. So Moss, if you're still watching or if you're playing Fortnite, whatever it is, bro, get better soon, my man. And Saini, please make sure you look after our Uso.
Bro.
Please ask your boss to sponsor us. Thank you.
Sure. And at this time, I would like to thank our sponsors at the bottom, but also we've got a little treat. Crucial Flooring. Proudly brought to you by Crucial Flooring. Thank you to the team, Crucial Flooring, and the bro, Laughs, aka Ralph. Team, if you're after anything flooring, reach out to Crucial Flooring. That is CRUCILL Flooring. Crucial Flooring. That's when you know
Crucial.
I didn't go to school.
Crucial Flooring.
And again, TJA Construction. Thank you, team. I guess with all our sponsors on that we've had and still continue to support us, thank you all the time for shouting. Sorry for giving us money. We appreciate your support. Thank you, TJ. And also, man, I've been following some of their stuff that they've been releasing. On Facebook, man.
Yeah.
Shit, man, it's so amazing. Some of their work.
It's good.
They were also live on New FM. I didn't understand anything that was said because it was all in UN. But I was like nodding my head. I was like, "Yeah, that's my team, bro. That's my team."
No, all good, bro. We're really appreciative of our sponsors. They're the ones who get us on here. It's not for free, guys. Like if all of this stuff not for free. I have to pay Macho Man's family to use his screensaver. So. Oh yeah. Moving on. Oh,
Moving on, and we're going to be talking about. We'll go back into NRL because we're going to be finishing off this chat about international rugby that was played in the weekend. So the next game, we're going to fly past the NRL or next week's fixtures. So before Anim brings that up, we're just going to take another 30 minutes, I guess.
Sorry,
The
guys.
first game, which is tomorrow, Sharks v the Storm.
Ooh.
Is anyone getting rested? Don't know. Wait, let's have a look.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Sharks because our man laughs it in our chat group to go against his own team. When he says that means he's something wrong.
Whoever's playing the Sharks are gonna win or something like that.
True. Who are you guys going? Are you gonna go Sharks?
Well, Hughes is still playing.
I'm going Sharks.
I'm gonna go Storm.
Yeah, Storm 12 and under. And I think I can hear it from Mossa. Storm. I can hear him say Storm. So, shot Moss. Next game Friday. Knights v the Rabbitohs.
Bunnies.
Bunnies, yeah. Bunnies too strong.
13, eh?
Yeah.
What did you say, Moss? Yeah, Bunnies. Next game is the Tigers Eels.
I'm going Eels.
Tigers for upset.
Oh.
Well, Tigers gave them their first loss.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
The drop goal. And Tigers were at the bottom then as well.
Yeah. But will they? Because they got a hiding from Rabbitohs. Do you reckon they'll get another hiding? And it's hard, eh?
Nah, I think
it'll be a just loss.
I think
be a close one. You reckon?
Ooh, be a close one. Yeah. I think the Eels have that loss against the Tigers in the back of their mind, so they're gonna want to give them a hiding. They're gonna they would have
like a hiding before the game, like before going on, or like 1 out or
pre-game hookers.
Hey, you've also got. I'm gonna expect a big game from RCG. Overlook for Origin 3. I thought he's been playing some of his best footy. Unfortunate that, but I think he'll have a big game.
True. Yeah, man, that's RCG been one of the most consistent players.
Yeah.
Oh well, New South Wales got the man who calls it. Yeah.
McLean.
And the next game would be the Broncos played on Sunday. Broncos v the Dragons.
Where is that?
Mount Smart. No. ET number 1. Broncos.
Right.
So that's up in I think.
That's in Australia.
Oh yeah, it's somewhere on Earth.
Broncos.
No, they're playing at
they're
playing at home. Man. And a lot of changes, only because I know within the team, is that no Haas, and he's not. I don't think he's not even called for the New South too because of injuries to both shoulders.
Yeah.
Obviously Origin, and there's a Origin duty, so only one is gone from Dragons. And we're calling up a young fella, so him and Amon have been playing a lot of, younger grades coming through the grade. Them two have been playing at 6 and 7. So Sullivan, he's been called up, young cat. So be interesting to see. And that's it, I think, because of Origin.
Yeah, that's a buy round day.
Yeah. So
one game
is.
A day.
Yep. Then we're going on to what's that?
I think Haas is injured from the Broncos on this side, and on the other side he's injured because he's looking to get traded to the Titans.
Well, yeah, there was talks of that too, eh? him making a move, but that was it. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything from Fox?
Cookie
Did they
got
give you a
stopped
call?
there, no. Fox called, but I didn't answer. So it might be for our rights.
If they do ring again, yeah, just tell them don't ever question our rights for this podcast. Before I'm gonna send some of our lawyers.
It's Matty Jones, mate. Matty Jones.
Sweet. We'll get into international played this week, the weekend gone, and that was obviously the Māori. We spoke about that. Māori All Blacks played Ireland, and I think that was Ireland's maybe number 3 team.
3 team.
So All Blacks played Ireland. That final score was 42-19.
Yep.
I don't know if any of you watched the game. Thoughts?
Yeah, I watched it before our podcast last week. Pretty good, eh?
No, it's talking about Saturday. It's talking about Saturday. See me?
All Blacks.
All Blacks.
Yeah.
All Blacks 42-19.
Yeah. I didn't watch it.
Stand out. Oh, was that sorry, bro?
Oh no, I was at a campaign dinner for Efessel Collins.
Oh yeah, shout out to Efessel running for mayor.
Yeah. Anyone watching? Anyone watching? If you haven't enrolled to vote for the for mayor, please do look if you're enrolled. Efessel for mayor hashtag.
Nice.
So yeah, that's why I wasn't watching it.
Standout players for you, Mana, and also any thoughts on debutants?
Saukula, Saukula, he scored a try on debut. That was good to see a powerful number 8 run at that speed, that big, close to the line.
No, I felt sorry for their first 5. You should have seen the replay. It was like he didn't want to tackle, but he had to show some sort of commitment. It was like he had to fall, but he tucked his head and he was like, and you know how classy Sawakula was. It looked like he just ran and jumped right over him, so he didn't injure the guy.
Standouts for the game. Brody, man, those Barrett brothers, all 3 of them, they're pretty good. Just watching the after the match interview, they're just happy to play alongside each other again. But yeah, those 3 guys were standouts for me, and probably Adi before he had a spell. But I thought Adi was pretty good. Beast, eh?
Yeah. I questioned. I still am questioning Geordie at 6. If I had it my way, I'd move Scott into the locks. But I think he's more of a second row lock for the All Blacks, and then
My thoughts. What I saw, what I read, was that they deliberately put him at 6 to disrupt the Irish lineout. You would have seen that. Like he was getting a lot of that ball from the back, which was usually for the overthrow, which they usually throw on purpose. So that was that's what I read anyway. That there was a tactical move.
But he did play well. Like, I'm not saying he didn't. He did play well, but I'm just questioning. Obviously first game for All Blacks in a year, so I guess getting kind of like the team together, gelling, and maybe throwing in numbers, and it did work out for them. But you have a specialist number 6 that's there, and I definitely call Ari Saver a specialist 6 because he does, that's where he started as a 6. But to be honest, you can throw him anywhere. Fuck the middle.
Straight up, bro.
But you're just moving him to 6. Sawakula at 8 / Sotutu. But at the moment, I'd rather see Sawakula, putting some mongrel into these the Irish defenders. They're not going to tackle him all day, and goes to show he puts in his work ethic is second to none, and he's shown that with the Chiefs, and also, I don't know if Brand's gonna agree with me. Is I think Kane has to put his hand up and say, "I'm injured," without saying he's injured, not physically, and just go on the COVID list. Go on the COVID. This is no shot at you, Sam. But I think we've got some really good sevens out there that'll put on a great performance. He played okay, but at the moment it's like throughout when he has been playing, it's maybe average at best. He did his job, but
safe, eh?
Yeah, he does. He's done his job, and I think still young. Maybe he just needs to have a rest.
Yeah, because I guess with World Cup coming up shortly, the likes of Papali'i, they can play 7, they can captain the team pretty well, and also it's got a running game. And that's that running game adds something over Sam Kane. I reckon anyway. But yeah, because come to that World Cup, we can't have safe players, eh?
Yeah, I hope he does. I hope he proves me wrong, because that's I think I said that once about what do you call it, Richie McCaw too. I think everyone was on it. Like, this was going back before World Cup. Oh, he's too old. They were questioning whether he was going to be okay for World Cup. Come World Cup, Richie being Richie always proves everyone wrong. Yeah. I just hope Sam King comes right, because he's our leader. For the ABs, and if you're an AB supporter, we need this World Cup. We need it, man. Otherwise, it's going to be domestic violence at home. Nah.
Coming against these bigger teams, there, South Africa and England, we have to man up. We went to England last year and got dicked there. That was through our forwards, so we can't afford to do that again. That's what I mean. We had 2 locks that were safe, and we had a flanker that plays safe.
And we had a mobile. What do you call it? Tight forward.
Yeah.
With 1, 2, and 3. But we shouldn't have taken that in the last World Cup. We need a specialist. So I think come this time around, let's hope they do take specialists, because I need people to do their jobs. Where do you see Akira? Where do you see Akira? On the bench?
On the bench. On the bench.
I don't think he makes the starting yet, eh?
Nah, not yet. He adds
not with the players.
Yeah, because him and Gus is 2 different players, eh? Gus's strength, power, go forward. Akira's speed, skill, and fast. Fucking going around, everyone set it straight through. So yeah, and then you got the likes of Sotutu as well. I think
who would be your ideal back three?
Back 3. 7 would be Papali'i. 8 will be what do you call it again?
Salver or Sawakula, Sotutu.
I'll go Salver.
Tane Randall.
Adi at 8, and 6 will be Akira. They'll be my
ideal.
Ideal trio.
How about you, Brent?
That's a good back 3. I'd go with that one as well. Yeah, I'd go with that one, man. That's a good back three.
For me, yeah, definitely Papali'i at 7.
Mm,
Um, maybe Savia at 6 and captain. Um,
Nice. Yes.
and I 8 Sawakula. Like
mm,
the reason why I'm going with Sawakula, not Satutu, is that um, I think we need that power. We need that go forward
Mm,
from him. I'm not saying that Satutu doesn't offer that, but like if you go back to again our tour, the All Blacks tour in Europe, um, like when our scrums going back, we need that kind of that power coming from the back, or when
mm.
he's running by himself, bro. He's just solid. We need that what do you call it? That aggressiveness in the tackle. We need someone
True.
yeah.
that
On both sides of
JC
the
like.
ball, eh?
Yeah, we need that JC like, and then that
Mm,
helps out with Severe. We need that. We need
Mm,
aggressiveness. Like even if we're borderline pushing penalties, that's okay. But like if we're not getting those first hits, peeling people back when they're running it straight. Fuck, man. I miss the days where anyone that ran through our loose trio felt it straight away.
yeah.
mm.
Man,
So I'd
yeah.
put him there. Um, but at the same time, you can never go wrong with Satutu. He's Mister Safe. He does his job quick and he plays like a back. He runs like a
Mm,
back, passes like a back.
skills,
So
eh?
him coming off the bench, and they can both change. So him coming off the bench after everyone's all tired and fatigued, and you have this guy not taking them on, but just putting footwork on the defenders, and even having Akira coming off and putting footwork on the defenders. So
Mm.
um, yeah, I think the loose trio we have on the bench as well as starting is great, but just yeah, Kane. I don't know where we
Yeah.
go with him.
He's
Yeah.
like a kind of feels like a what is it? Like almost like a victim of the bloody Foster
Talent, eh?
and or Foster's his coaching regime and
Yeah.
stuff where they've given him that captaincy. It reminds me
Mm,
of like a Ruben Thorne kind of captaincy flavor, like that
Yeah.
that really, what is it, unassuming and I won't tell you, I'll show you kind of way. But
Yeah.
yeah, and he's
yeah,
been like that. He always like he does the job. He's quiet. He's not the type to talk about his what he's doing.
mm,
Usually he just stands up and does the job. But yeah, I mean, there's a few waiting in line to get that number 7 role.
yeah,
Um, your thoughts on Tui Polotu? Is it Tui Polotu?
coming in.
Yeah, getting the exemption, as they say.
He
He's meant to
played.
be
He played on
playing.
the week.
He's
Ponsonby,
meant to play one
Yeah.
one game the way for
One
Auckland
Auckland,
NPC. Yeah.
NPC
yeah.
Yeah.
to be eligible, but
Yeah.
as you do if you're the All Blacks, you don't need
These
a.
these are posts on Facebook. Maybe it was 4 weeks ago when they named the All Blacks, or when they said Josh Lord injured and they're not going to replace him. There's this comment, I'll try to find it, and I'll screenshot and share it on our page, that I said exactly this. That Toops, I go, watch this. I go, imagine this. Toops will come back. And all of a sudden he'll be in the All Blacks team. When that happened, I
I
was
think
looking
I
for
think I seen it. I think
it.
can't remember where I saw it, but yeah, you did say that. Yeah.
I was cracking up there. I was like, "Fuck up."
I don't know if they're gonna use him this week though.
Nah, I don't think so.
No,
Yeah, I
I
think
don't think
they'll have.
he's match fit, but I think
Yeah,
Nah.
they have. Again, I don't want to. I'm always being the bad cop in here because the boys don't want to take it. I guess anyone. We have up and coming young locks that we can call in that are match fit, and the likes of Big Red put in a stellar performance throughout Super Rugby. Maybe he's too Raw. Big Red. These more like not only. I just don't know why they're looking at Tuipulotu. Yes, he's an All Black, but wouldn't you just bring in like young players to get a taste of the All Blacks? I think they are bringing in a couple. I think these two more names, and I don't question me on the names, but I think these two coming through. One that's been playing for the Maldives. He's been called into the squad. And one more, but I guess you guys are happy with Tuipulotu's call up.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I guess the All Blacks are probably looking more of an opposition when they train against them. I don't think he'll get much time playing. There's probably some game against someone thicker. Probably they can hit them as well.
Yeah, I don't reckon they'll use them.
No.
I think they'll go with Barrett and Vitalik.
Just bring him in for the experience.
Well,
there's a lot of experience there anyway. If you think about it.
Yeah, I think like an upside to bringing someone like bringing Tubson is like he knows the culture. You're not having to teach someone about all of that stuff. He slots in. He knows what the expectations are, and he'll also be able to work on himself in that environment. Because he's going to be at the World Cup. I think he is.
And even Dean Mack will be in there, I'm sure.
Yeah,
it's all in. I guess timing for the AB's management is sending people off for their
sabbatical.
What do you call that?
Sabbatical.
As long as they're back before the what do you call World Cup?
Sabbaticals.
Get their whole passes there.
Bro, that was I guess a performance by the All Blacks, putting 42. But in saying that, the first half, I think the All Blacks couldn't find their rhythm. Their line speed wasn't up to scratch. It was just all over the place. They couldn't find anything really, even though they scored, and it was a slow fight, which I think to be expected from the AB's first game. But credit to Ireland for getting that try. But still, good to see. Yeah, good to see Bundy there. Even though we a good friend of the podcast, he said he might be on. Never. But he's always played well. Man, he's a beast, eh? Fuck, his shoulders like he's got no neck. He looks like he plays bloody prop. Like he's
he's a hooker.
Bro.
Solid. Strong. But good to see him playing and captaining the first ever Pacific Islander to captain an Irish squad. So even you can see in his face when the anthem's going, bro, he's screaming, that's the love for his country, and good on him. Even though he's of Pacific Island descent, good to see a brother like that. He's been in the team for a while now. So even what's the halfback from Auckland?
Finley.
No, the one that's playing for.
Playing for.
Jonathan. Sean. Yeah.
Oh,
Parkinson.
Hayden Park.
Yeah.
Jonathan Parkinson's.
Jonathan.
No, it is.
Heyman Park.
Heyman Park.
Heyman Park in America. But not good to see them, passionate about their country and singing the national anthem. Let's get on to other results for that weekend. We had Australia and we don't have Musa to have a chat about the game, but Australia 30-28, taking the dub. I only watched highlights, boys. You probably did the same too, or not even watch the game.
Just highlights and just read a couple of things, but they had 14. They only had 14 there, like for a good chunk of for 3/4 of their game.
Oh yeah.
And they were up 30-14 or 30-14 with 10 minutes to go. I was like, man,
they're not playing those red card rules there, the international. Once you're red card,
yeah. Once you're off, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good, eh? For some teams, I guess.
None of those red card in New Zealand in 20 minutes off. You can replace them.
20 minutes off, and
yeah. But I seen a try by Pete Samu. The build up to his try, man, that was putting footwork on. I think one of the props just going around him, scored a try. But there was a lot of talk about the game pulling here.
Yeah, they had
getting pushed in the face.
They lost a lot of players, and I think that was a game. It looked like that was a game that England should have won. They lost Coy Cooper not long
before the game.
The kickoff, they brought in Lucio, who I think he didn't miss a kick at all.
Didn't miss a kick, and usually in the past, his kicking hasn't been on, especially in pressure situation, and he showed why he has a shot at being a 10 for the Wallabies.
Good on him, bro. They had to pull James O'Connor. They had to pull him from the coach's box out and get him warmed up too. Just sit on the bench. That's how desperate they were. Yeah.
Desperate, eh?
Yeah.
I think if they were that desperate, then old mate, our first 5 mate Thomas Palmer-Tatel could have got a game. But that's just how
he was there, bro. He was warming up.
He got caught up for you.
That's how short they were. That's how short they were. They got Noah Lolesio in last minute, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway,
South Africa 32, Wales 29.
Bro, do you see how many changes?
Game.
Do you see how many changes that South Africa's made? To their team, they've made 14 changes, bro, to their starting lineup. The only one who's still there is Ibn Itzebeth. Everyone else has been replaced for game 2, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
I follow the media over South Africa. They're really like cutthroat over there. They're not afraid to freaking expose. Like that Colby guy, there's a whole freaking front page article of him, like saying that he's crap, he should be out. Pretty cutthroat there. Ruthless.
If that doesn't fix your mental health, I don't know what would. When you come back home, you're like, shit, man, what the fuck's going on here?
That's what Adesanya was talking about in that press conference.
I was going to bring that up. I like that. I like what he said.
Well, quickly, before we go into that, boys, we'll just quickly go over the rest of the score results. Argentina beating Scotland 26-18.
That was a good game.
Yep. What was your thoughts, bro?
No, I just heard that was a good game.
Yep, good game. Yep. Japan playing France. 23-42 to France. So that was the game of the weekend. I think the 20s are playing too, and also there was Tonga. There was an Oceania comp on
Tonga and Fiji.
Fiji
30
putting on a clinical, putting on a shellacking. But good to see.
And Samoa, I think Samoa beat Australia A.
Yep.
Samoa beat Australia A. But in saying that, I don't know if did you guys watch the game?
No,
I watched I think around maybe 60 minutes of the game, and shit, man, Samoa played really well. It was a really good game. again, patches for Samoa. Patches playing in patches. They were up first half and just dying at certain parts and just leading Australia back into the game. I think in their last maybe 5 minutes, Samoa managed to scrape it back in and get the dub. But yep, good win for them. Good win for the Fiji against the Tonga. In the
Tonga
weekend.
had 3 disallowed tries as well, eh?
Like I was pretty drunk when I was watching this game, and I was giving it to our Tongan boys down here because we had a court session, and got them to stand up as a fine and say, Tonga had a stacked team and got nilled. They were pissed off. But like for real, like in all truth, right, they had an awesome backline. Fekitoa started, Falau on the wing, Piato at the back. What can you ask for? Eh?
Ask for a win.
Yeah.
For
it's up at the end of the game. Good. Yeah, they have a good team, but I think when you don't have, you got to put it like this: Fiji, they can select any 15, and it looks like they've been playing together for 10 years. They can pick someone off the side of the road, and they look like they played for the team. So that's how they played, just good old Fijian park rugby that no one can duplicate and no one can defend unless you're, in those tier 1 nations that normally put a number on these. But anyway, Fiji just
hometown advantage as well.
Yeah, throwing the ball around, man, crazy.
It's natural.
All right, we'll finish with that. We'll lead. Well, not end, but we'll talk about UFC 276. Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Let's start with Pereira, the calendar.
Pereira.
Pereira, the Brazilian, knocking out Strickland, who thought. He was like,
I don't know what.
At the end, he's like, hey, you can't even stand up there, buddy. So Pereira knocking out Strickland, but that was to be expected, man. He, in fights before, Strickland was like dominant, but he always left his chin open, and I think everyone knew against Pereira that if you do that against a kickboxer, they can expose you straight away. So shit, Strickland too much hype before the
I think
but he won that.
Energy.
He won that though, eh?
Yeah, he put more energy into that press conference and trolling Izzy than he did into the fight.
He must have felt good about it though, eh? Because damn, Izzy, we always see him fired up, but he just a winner, bro. Strickland. Shout out to Strickland for winning the what do you call those fucking whatever he won it. Yeah.
The build-up conference, the press conference.
And then Alex against the GOAT, Max.
Yeah, that was a dominant. Like that guy was too good, bro. The Volkanovski.
Yeah. He was. Yeah.
I was just waiting for you to say that. You're like, yeah.
Sorry, I was talking. Sorry, I was talking.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but no. Again, Alex put on. Fuck, bro. I thought it was going to be more closer this time around, eh? Because Max usually shows up, but fuck, man, that's how tough this bloody nugget, this New Zealander, this Kiwi is, Alex.
He's gonna go upper. He's gonna go upper division now, eh?
Yeah, eh?
Well, he wants that, eh? He wants that vacant belt. So hopefully, bro, how do you reckon he'll go with that though?
He's got no one else to fight, and
he has to see. Yeah, he like Brandon said, he's nobody else to fight.
He's just doing just doing it at Adesanya, nothing in his weight class going up,
Well,
and
he didn't even need to fight TKZ
No,
when
he
he
didn't.
sussed him. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Korean zombie didn't even have to
Yeah.
fight him, but
What about
Yeah.
Izzy's fight?
So who will be in contention or number one for the bout in the what is that the not the middleweight?
Feather.
Yeah, number one contention for the bout when he goes up. Would that be against?
If he goes up,
So Oliveira, and that's been some talk around that too. But Oliveira just give him the belt, bro, because shit, it's only he was half a gram or something. Shit, I can't remember.
yeah,
Half,
he was 500 grams off or something.
Yeah,
Yep.
a butter off.
Yeah.
He was
They
one
say
cuts
just
away
give
from
it back his.
one cuts away from keeping his belt.
Like he's gonna shit out his guts after that. But
It's like, what's
he'll be number one contention for it, eh? So it'll be him and Alex. Let's say that does go to plan. Shit, bro. Alex is just a beast. Not Alex. Sorry. Oliveira is just a beast, man.
Yeah.
Next level, man.
Yeah, he'll just have to get behind him, put him to sleep.
Make him tap out.
Oh well, on to Adesanya v Cannonier, Jared Cannonier.
That was good, man.
Mm.
Some people think that was a boring fight, but that's a good chess match.
Purist. If you're a purist like old Brands over there.
No way I'm the purist, but just looking at it, how they were fighting and that they were trying to work each other out, trying to figure out each other's next steps before they even went forward. I liked it, but yeah.
Yeah, some don't. Yeah, I liked it too. You like nobody was giving anything away. Like like every time, I guess Adesanya will find it. Like say try and work him out. It's like Jared will change up, change little things. Wasn't and at the same time Jared got in quite easily, but couldn't work him to the ground.
Yeah,
got him. Just putting in those little sneaky. Grab the leg, but not do anything about it, or just moving closer. Just seeing those little things, but not paying off. You could see that they both not knew, but they just both tried to figure out each other's next move. But defensively, they were just above, just like chess. It's just boom.
Yeah. That's the thing. Though, anytime Cannonier would put in a nice punch or a nice combo, like by the time he tried to follow up, Izzy had already countered that, was already ready to counter that follow up. But those jabs from Izzy, those were clean, bro. Throughout those whole 5 rounds, man. Just whenever he
straight through
his
uppercut, straight for his guard.
Yeah,
Izzy did say at the end of the fight, that it wasn't only them two, it was both teams. It was a battle of the teams,
Coaches.
Yeah.
The greats, battle of the greats.
Yeah.
Right.
And even at the end, he asked I can't remember Cannonier's coach, but he said, can my coach, it would be good if we could meet, if my coach could meet you. Yeah.
So and that's beyond the game or the fight. You finish the fight itself. Now, he's that mature to look past the fight and say, we need more, I guess, knowledge, the fighting game needs more of it, and he needs more of it. So seeing two great fighters go together, as well as, the coaches at the end, fucking big part on Adesanya.
His corner was giving mean advice. Jared's corner, they were giving mean advice, man. throughout that fight. Like they weren't like sugarcoating it. They were like, "Oh, we're down 3-1," or
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he was just saying we need this round. You need to get in and do it. Like, and it wasn't like, oh, we're draw, or, we're against each other, whatever. But he just said straight away, we're not. We need to fucking take this round, bro. We need to take it. Get to him.
Yeah.
It's what do you call it?
So to those, so Bobby, so for watching my man.
Bobby
Mateo.
Some real haters out there, eh? Some real haters on Izzy at the moment, saying that he's not a champion.
They've always been there, bro. Those haters have always been there.
Even for Izzy, bro, they were hating on all the other champions before him as well.
Yeah. Say that, it's not exciting anymore, eh? He's need a new champion. I don't see anybody taking over Izzy the next maybe a couple of years, I reckon.
But what, you can't have written that script any better with Pereira, with Alex Pereira, knocking out Strickland and setting up that next fight.
Yeah.
I do reckon, I know Adesanya wants to fight him, but I think they should give him either Rob or maybe even Cannonier a shot at Pereira.
Well, he came in unranked, and Strickland was at 4A. Yeah. So now he's at 4th. So I think
it's just funny how they do that, eh? Come in unranked, you can fight number 1 and you get the belt straight away.
Yeah.
Not obviously it's been like this for years, but good. He's at 4. Let him. And if he does get a shot at Adesanya, I don't think Pereira would even last with Izzy. Yeah.
I think he'd want to put that bit that whole rivalry, if you call it that.
Yeah.
Fuck, you'll be
something built up anyway. They're trying to sell fighters, sell fights. Yeah. I read
it'll be a good card though, having him, eh? Yeah. It'll sell because there are more haters on Adesanya that will watch him lose, so they'll take that chance of buying all these or turning up to the fight. Yeah. What did you say, bro?
Did you read that the Adesanya's coach what he said? Posted about calling out all the fighters of learning how to dodge more hits, so they can get a sort of better life after fighting. Like keeping your head moving. So
yeah.
That's pretty. It's pretty good, eh? I like how he called out everyone, not just himself in general. Oh well, yeah. Just get better coaching, basically. Yeah. Defense,
learning the art of fighting and all that.
Yeah. To hit and not get hit. That's what everyone says. Yeah. It's hard to do it.
It's pretty much the game.
You're coming off.
Yeah.
It's hard to do when you have come across a striker by the names of Adesanya, where he's the next.
But now, I think my experience as an undefeated fighter, 1-0. That's pretty much the name of the game. That's all it ever was. Either hit or get hit. So just my experience as a world class fighter. I don't know.
And you're on the pound for pound at the moment, eh? Top of the list.
P for P in the super heavyweights. I think I'm the greatest P for P ever around. So here's me just pushing.
My man.
Here's me just pushing P, brothers.
Shit, bro.
How about Izzy's interview?
Yeah, bro. Y'all take it. What did he say, man? Give us a.
He called out interviewers, the guys, calling them out, saying, "I can do your job. I can come interview whoever, but you guys can't do my job." So just be careful what they ask.
Facts.
Yeah. Just you got a job to be an interviewer. Come and do your job properly. Don't try to look for clickbait sort of things. Yeah, you want to ask
I
Del
think,
Christian looking for a buy tay from fighters.
and that's what they're about. They're about that.
Yeah,
They got the first
the
bite
reaction or
from
something. Yeah,
Adesanya, and that, bro, exactly what Alex Volkanovski said too. I think there was one reporter there. He goes, "Oh, look, mate, I'll answer your question now because I'm over it and I'm gonna get past it. But you, just be careful what you say, because what you
yeah,
say, it can affect something along those lines,
yeah.
affect me, and it did,
I
and
don't.
before this fight. But bro, and only bloody Kiwis and Australians are the ones to call out these guys doing that.
Yeah.
Like trolls, trolling.
Trolls, that's it.
Yeah, definitely.
And there was something else that he brought up, Brands.
Which one?
Oh well, I don't want to get into specifics, but
Oh yeah, yeah. So, yeah. With Jelaine Maxwell.
yeah, that
That one,
one.
eh? Yeah.
Yeah, everything's been swept on the carpet, but I guess we can leave that
Yeah.
for the podcast after.
It's good. He's
After
using his
podcast, eh?
he's using his platform, and like
To
one of
expose these bastards.
yeah, like one of like what you were saying like about the media and what they're getting in there, and then he was also alluding to the fact that he knows how the game is because he's got his own he's got his freestyle benders YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So he knows how that game is, and he knows how like why they're asking the questions they are twisting it so it creates like clickbait and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I like when they do that, bro. Like they're using their platform
To shine
call
light
out.
on these assholes out there
yeah.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Got time, eh?
Even
Someone's doing it.
even when what do you call it? Oh, fucking crowd goes wild. Interviewed him, and it's good that they shared it too, because I thought for a TVNZ gets program like that, they would have kind of pushed it aside when they asked him why would he come back to New Zealand, and then he went full 100
Yeah.
on him, and he goes, those people there that blocked us, they blocked us after the fact that we
Yeah.
moved
From
and done
Lulu.
all this, and now they want to do that. Y'all, he gave some very nice words, and he just said, "I just want them to apologize." Fuck, I think they should, bro, because that guy's gonna
Yeah.
bring money here, bro.
Yeah.
He could bring potential if Kai Kara gets the dub over. Is it Moreno?
Yeah.
Moreno, bro, that's two heavyweight, as in heavyweight. The money coming into New Zealand now, that's going to be blocked. They can just go straight to Australia and defend their titles there.
Yeah.
So good for them calling out New Zealand sports or whoever looks after that sort of department.
Yeah. Man.
Yes,
Good on you, Izzy.
and
All right.
And down the bottom, we don't own the rights to anything played on tonight. I guess we didn't play any videos, but usually we get done for something. Maybe
Just talking about
they'll find something to.
Wasn't there that last
to
time we hardly played anything, but it's because we were saying like names and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, and I've been fighting this. We've been fighting everyone that's been trying to take us down.
We've got our
Anyway, boys.
Our lawyers.
Yeah, our lawyers.
And Johnny Depp's court case.
We're fighting for our lives, man. Free the Latched podcast. But boys, man, thank you for tonight. Great chat.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Any last words and the prayer done by Mana?
Que well, Mosa. Que well, Luz. That's my words.
Thanks for your words.
Shout out to our Nef over in Australia, Queensland under 15s. Went down to this team today, but it is what it is.
Mr. Azaria, as they were saying. But yep, the Nef is playing over in Australia, and also a shout out to Moss, who should be commenting. You know, doesn't his fingers
Giving
should
us
be
some
working?
banter.
Yeah, should be working in the background there, buddy. Shot boys.
Hey, look what we got here before we go.
Mr. Warriors himself.
Oh,
Nathan Brown himself, my little C.
sure.
Shout out to C. Congratulations. I think it's passed by now, but congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Boys, love the chat tonight. Any last words? But past the last words. Another past the last words.
Be safe, everybody.
Be safe. And this is the Latched podcast. Thank you for joining us tonight. You'll see us next week. Same time, same place. Shout out to Crucial Flooring and TJ Construction. Thank you. We're out. Where's the outro? But we can still talk through this. So thanks for watching us, guys. Oh, yeah.
Peace.